Hello everyone. In last lecture we had completed with the significance and the synthesis of catecholamines, melatonin and the serotonin. Now we are going to start with the catabolism of heme, nothing but the degradation of heme to bile pigments. They are bilirubin and biliverdin. Whereas the erythrocytes having a lifespan of 120 days, at the end of this period they are removed from the circulation process. Then erythrocytes are taken up and degraded by the macrophages of the reticuloendothelial system in the spleen and liver. The hemoglobin is cleaved to the protein globin and non-protein heme. About 6 grams of the hemoglobin is broken down per day and resynthesized in an adult man. Whereas the sources of heme, it is estimated that about 80% of the heme that is subjected for degradation comes from the erythrocytes, and the remaining 20%, the 10% includes myoglobin and cytochromes, and 10% includes ineffective erythropoiesis, nothing but immature RBCs, myoglobin and cytochromes. It is about 20%. Then the sites of the catabolism of heme occurs, that is reticuloendothelial cells of liver, spleen and the bone marrow. As we said, 6 grams of heme degraded per day. Then heme is converted into bile pigments, that is bilirubin and the biliverdin. Then steps of heme degradation. First one is formation of bilirubin. Second is uptake of bilirubin by liver. Then conjugation of bilirubin and fate of bilirubin. In that fate, it includes secretion of bilirubin into bile, formation of urobilins in the intestine, excretion in urine and stools. Let's start with the formation of bilirubin. As we said, the breakdown of erythrocytes or red blood cells converted or cleaved into the protein part globin and non-protein part is heme. From that RBCs, the heme is converted into the biliverdin with the help of the enzyme heme oxygenase, which utilizes the NADPH and oxygen and cleaves the methynyl bridges between the two pyrrole links to form the biliverdin. At the same time, it releases the ferrous ions is oxidized to ferric form and it is released. At the same time, the carbon monoxide is also released. And then heme promotes the activity of this enzyme for the conversion of heme to biliverdin. After that, the biliverdin is converted into bilirubin in presence of the enzyme biliverdin reductase. The biliverdin's methynyl bridges are reduced to methylene group to form bilirubin, which is in a yellow color pigment. This reaction is catalyzed by an NADPH dependent soluble enzyme biliverdin reductase. As the 1 gram of hemoglobin on degradation finally yields about 35 milligrams of bilirubin. Then the transport of bilirubin into liver. Before that, there is a formation of bilirubin albumin complex. After formation of bilirubin that enters into the blood, from the blood, the albumin reacts with the bilirubin and form the complex with the bilirubin. There is a formation of bilirubin albumin complex. After that, this bilirubin albumin complex, from this complex, the bilirubin enters into the liver with the help of the enzyme bilirubin glucuronyl transferase for the conversion of bilirubin to bilirubin diglucuronide. Whereas during this process, conversion of bilirubin to bilirubin diglucuronide, 2-UDP glucuronic acid or 2-UDP glucuronate is converted into the 2-UDP. With the help of the enzyme bilirubin glucuronyl transferase, it converts into the bilirubin diglucuronide. After that, this bilirubin glucuronide is converted into bile form with the help of the different microbial enzymes in the intestine as well as kidney. Whereas this is a rate limiting step and mediated by the multispecific organ anion transporter and induced by the phenobarbital. It is about the uptake and conjugation of bilirubin in a liver. Let's see fate of the bilirubin. It occurs in a kidney as well as intestine, where the bilirubin diglucuronide, when it enters into the intestine in the form of bile, it converts into the urobilinogen with the help of the microbial enzymes. It converts into the two forms, or it enters into the two forms. First one for the removal in the process of feces, and second one to urine. The urobilinogen, first one, it converts into the stercobilin with the help of microbial enzymes. The stercobilin is entered for the feces, and after that it will be excreted through the feces form. At the same time, the urobilinogen is converted into the urobilin when it enters into the kidney. Then the urobilin enters in urine and excreted through the urine, and this process is repeated throughout the pathway. Then the plasma bilirubin. The normal plasma levels are: total bilirubin is 0.2 to 0.8 mg per dl, whereas unconjugated bilirubin is 0.2 to 0.6 milligrams per dl, and the conjugated bilirubin is 0 to 0.2 milligrams per Dalton. Okay, whereas the plasma bilirubin is more than 1 mg per Dalton is known as hyperbilirubinemia, whereas the normal plasma levels includes the bilirubin levels are, that is, below 1 mg. That's why if plasma bilirubin is more than 1 mg per Dalton, it is known as hyperbilirubinemia. Levels between 1 to 2 mg per Dalton is latent jaundice. Levels more than 2 mg per Dalton is bilirubin diffuses into tissues producing yellowish discoloration of sclera, conjunctiva, skin and mucous membrane, result in a jaundice. It is about the hyperbilirubinemia. Let's see the jaundice. What is jaundice? It is a clinical condition characterized by the yellow color of the white of the eyes and the skin, and it is caused by the deposition of bilirubin due to its elevated levels in the serum. The term hyperbilirubinemia is often used to represent the increased concentration of serum bilirubin. Okay. Then next, the classification of jaundice. Jaundice is classified into 3 types. First one, hemolytic jaundice. Second, hepatic jaundice. Again, it is known as hepatocellular jaundice. And the third one is obstructive jaundice. Let's see the first one, The hemolytic jaundice is associated with the increased hemolysis of erythrocytes. For example, it causes the disease like malaria, sickle cell anemia. Then it results in an overproduction of bilirubin, about 3 grams per day, whereas the normal levels are 0.3 grams per day. And the second one is hepatocellular jaundice or hepatic jaundice. It is the dysfunction of the liver due to the damage of parenchymal cells, and it leads to the viral infections, poisons and the toxins, and cirrhosis of liver and the cardiac failure. And the third one is obstructive jaundice. The obstruction in the bile duct that prevents the passage of bile into intestine. It may be caused by gallstones and tumors. Thank you.